We are on week 2 of being on an absolute lemon kick, so let's make some lemon muffins with a streusel topping on them. So we'll start with the batter first. We're going to do 1 cup of flour. Then 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Quarter teaspoon of salt. And then I just like to give those a little whisk before I add in my wet ingredients. Then a quarter cup of oil. Okay. And a half a cup of Greek yogurt, or you could use regular yogurt too. I buy these little yogurt containers, and they are about 5.3 ounces. When you measure them, that ends up being a half of a cup. I'm using plain Greek yogurt. I've also used vanilla to add a little extra flavor, and that's really good too. We'll do just a splash of vanilla. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. If you don't know what the zest is, it's just the yellow part. So once you start to see the white part, you just kind of move it along there. So 2 teaspoons of this. I have been on the biggest lemon kick for weeks now. It started off that we just wanted like fresh lemonade. I have a really good recipe for that I'll share soon. And then I wanted to make lemon bars. And I have a recipe for that already posted. But we've had the flu for like 2.5 weeks and I'm still a little bit congested. So maybe my body needs more vitamin C. I know I'm taking vitamins and things, but it has hung around so bad. So maybe that's just me trying to fight it, or maybe I literally just want lemons. So now that we have that lemon zest, we can cut this in half and get our juice. We have fresh lemon juice. You can obviously use just lemon juice from a container if you prefer. The lemon zest is really what's going to help give a lot of flavor there. So normally I wouldn't mind just lemon juice. If you can get lemons for this one, it's going to give it that really good pop because of the zest. So that's 2 tablespoons. Okay. And then 1 egg. If you hear guitar in the background, that is my 16-year-old son. He's really good and he likes to play really loud. We also added a half of a cup of granulated sugar. This is completely optional, but I highly recommend adding 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise into the batter. It adds a richness and a softness that you just can't get with anything else. You cannot taste it. My son hates mayonnaise. I have done it with cakes and muffins his entire life. You cannot taste the difference. So if you're going to add this, I would add in 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And if you don't add it, you don't have to change anything to the recipe. It just adds some extra softness and richness to it. We're going to mix up just the wet portion, and then we're going to stir it in to the dry portion. We're going to mix this in until it's barely mixed. We're talking like, even if there's a little bit streaking of flour in there, we're just going to leave that. It will give them more of that professional bakery style muffins that we actually love. So we're going to stir this up, but not over stirring it. Okay, it smells so good already. We're going to cover this and leave it for 15 minutes while the oven warms up. Letting it rest without just putting it straight in there gives everything a chance to just kind of combine. We're also going to start the oven off at 425. We're going to work on our streusel topping. Quarter cup of flour, 5 heaping tablespoons of white granulated sugar. Stir those up, whisk them together. 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Okay, so we're just working this butter in. You can see. And this is just going to kind of melt into your batter. It's going to have just like a really good light crunch on the top of it. I love muffins with a little topping on them. Go ahead and spray your pan. I'm just using like a normal size muffin tin. You can also use minis. I make those all the time. Those are great too. What we're going to do is you're not going to have any of the muffins right next to each other. Even if you have to work in batches, it's the best way. It gets the heat all the way around the muffin and they just puff up and they are so perfect. Since we're doing lemon, we will do yellow because that just makes good sense. Are they cute? So see, just like that, where none of them will be next to each other. And now our batter has been resting for 15 minutes, so we are going to fill these up. We are going to fill these up about 3/4 full, way high up. We're going to add in that crumble topping. They're going to be really full, and that's just going to help them be these beautiful, bakery quality muffins. So we're gonna put all this in here. It's nice and fluffy now, really airy. It's just so much better to let it rest. This recipe really only makes about a half dozen muffins, 6 of them. If you want more, obviously you can double that. So that's what those look like there. And now we are going to put that streusel topping on the top of them. You want to get a good amount of it on there, and then we're going to give it a really gentle press in so that it's not just floating around. So just a gentle press. Don't press super hard. You don't want to deflate them. Okay, there they are. Look at those crumbles. It looks so good. With that oven preheated to 425, we're going to put these in for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, you're going to leave them in there, but then you're going to turn your oven down to 350. We're going to let those cook for another 15, 20 minutes, depending on your oven. Normally, I would add a little bit of vanilla to a glaze or even almond extract. If you were going to add one or the other, and this is just me being picky, I would add almond only because it's clear. If you add vanilla to this, it's going to dim the color a little bit, and as you put it on there, it's going to look a little more brown than bright white like I want it to. Again, just me being picky. So for this, I'm doing heavy whipping cream and just the powdered sugar. And this right here is about the texture you want it, where you can still pour it on, but it's thick enough that it's going to keep those nice lines. It's been 10 minutes, so we can go ahead and lift these out of here. I'm just going to give these a little drizzle on top. So here those are. Let's give one a try. I always love the texture on these. They don't taste like cake. They taste like a proper muffin. That crumble topping is what makes it so, so good. It's definitely an elevated muffin. The lemon is there, it's not overpowering. These are so perfect for your family for day to day. If you have company coming in, these will definitely be one that everybody loves. The recipe for these is linked. Make sure that you like and subscribe and follow for more.